You're listening to a Loot Dummies podcast, LOOTDummies.com. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following a group of friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Step into the mystical world of Antiriath and follow as our party of dummies adventure across the lands. Tolly Grug, half orc, half fighter, the Mystery, played by Taylor, the Eclarian Shadow, half elf ranger from the Eclarian Mountains, played by Seth, and a Learlock Bloodhair, a Harengon cleric, played by Joey. Last but not least, the creator of our beautiful world, the man of many voices, and our dungeon master, Sam.
ASMR, baby.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but
Crinkle some plastic for us. That's not plastic.
Certainly not plastic.
That's kitten noises. Hello, Joey.
Hello.
Hi, Joey.
Hello. Look, that's the appropriate response. I don't know what you want from me.
Hello, Joey.
Hello.
Hello, Poppy.
Hello, Poppet. Well, I'm not dead, so
Did you expect to be dead today?
I died 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Did that
Oh, in the
sense.
game. I was like, what? Did you have a heart murmur that I forgot about? I was genuinely concerned that I'd forgotten something incredibly important.
I do need to know when the next full moon is, because I keep forgetting. Did I put that map somewhere? I think I did.
There has been very little time passed in the last several sessions because
Oh, I know.
y'all did the Feywild stuff, and then you did the fight, and so it's like the evening of the 43rd,
Yeah, it's like 4:30 p.m. on the 43rd,
something like that.
and the full. Okay, what time is it?
Time for you to
Sure.
watch.
Sure, 4:30. The next full moon, yes, it is the first. It is the first of Scorch.
Okay, so it's the 43rd, and there's 48 days in this month.
Yeah, the months are lined up with the phases of the moon,
Terrifying.
on purpose. That's how they set their calendar.
I like it. Yeah, it makes sense. So the full moon's on the 1st.
Yeah. So
And then it wanes.
Fuller and Stint are full on the 1st. Halfton is going to be a new moon on the 1st.
There's 3 moons, huh?
It's a 3 moon. 3 moon stitchy.
We need some Spelljammer content and travel to one of them.
Get up there on the moons.
The moon.
Oh, you can keep the Githyanki away from me.
Joey, did you know that I have kittens?
I was about to ask.
Oh, how is the cat life going?
There's a
How's cat
picture.
life?
Cat life's treating me pretty good. They're
Was
They're
that
great
Aranya
cats.
or Serpentino?
they Oh look, this one wants to get up on my shelf. I'm gonna send y'all a picture. Don't get up. Leave my dragons alone. Hey.
He's like, look, there's little rats up here, Dad.
Yeah.
If there's
little
something that
plastic-
can be pushed off, it's gonna get pushed off.
Yeah, I know.
We
I've
talked about
known
that.
since before I got them that these shelves were going to be a problem. I'm sending you a picture, you'll see. Oh, she fell.
Why do you have cats?
Because Caroline has been asking me since she was 4 if she can have a cat. And I've been saying, no, you're too young for a cat. You can't take care of a cat. And she's like, well, when will I be old enough? I was like, you can have a cat when you're 6. And she's 6 now, so.
It's time.
Cats.
I see multiple.
Yeah,
not
2
just
cats.
one.
They need a friend.
Yeah.
Did I not tell you about these predators living in Sam's house?
No.
All the adoption places are like, if you are getting an adult, you can just get 1. But if you're getting kittens, you have to get 2 so that they can learn.
Oh, they are kittens?
appropriate. They're 14 weeks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I knew you had adopted them, so I just assumed they were adults. That's cool.
No, they're young. Yep, they're kittens. Oh man, that one. What are you looking at?
I like cats
she's
because
looking at my Pikachu.
I love dogs, obviously, but I like cats for the opposite reason. They're so easy. They're just like you have a weird roommate.
They are like a weird roommate.
They are predators that allow you to exist in their space.
If they were bigger, we'd be dead for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
no
they
creature
have
of that size is going to have power over me.
They have no loyalty to me.
But what if it was the size of a German Shepherd?
I said of that size. I didn't say German Shepherd size.
Yeah, German Shepherd size cat, and that German Shepherd size would probably kill me without like 9 times
We
out
had
of 10.
this conversation, Sam. Remember we went through all the big cats trying to determine which one we could take?
Yeah, we decided that like cheetah and below would be like a fair fight.
Yeah.
I don't know about cheetah.
Cheetah,
Guaranteed
bro?
human victory. Cheetahs are pretty.
They're
pretty small.
They're a lot smaller than you think.
Yeah.
So like it's like a one-hit situation. It's like if they cut your throat, you die. If you slam them to the ground, they die. Like
I don't like those odds.
My favorite big cat is arguably the most badass. Can y'all guess? What do y'all think's the most badass?
Tiger.
Tiger? Mine's Jaguar.
Tiger is so much bigger. Did you know they're like significantly larger than lions?
Yeah, they're like 700 pounds. Oh, they're way bigger than Jaguars.
Way bigger
like
than
hundreds of pounds bigger.
I really like Jaguars. I don't know why.
Tigers are my favorite after me and Seth did a deep dive on this. They're like horse big.
Have y'all seen that video? It was like I think it was Earth or whatever, like one of those big shows, but I saw the clip on YouTube where the Jaguar grabs the full-grown croc and kills it like in the water and then pulls it like by its neck like up the tree like a 700-pound croc. It's crazy.
Yeah,
cats are so scary.
They are. The craziest
even like mountain lions are scary.
Of looking at these little guys is just their absurd like reflexes and accuracy. I'm so used to my dogs that are just clumsy dumbasses. And these guys are just the opposite. They're so high precision.
I think the word you're looking for is predators.
Mm-hmm. They are. You know what? You know what I think it's time for? A little recap.
Ooh, got your claps that time.
You want a recap?
Through? Those were some booby claps.
Time.
You were slapping your titties and it made that sound?
Is that not the sound it makes when you slap your chest?
I mean,
I don't normally
are you wearing
slap
a shirt?
It's pretty thin, but yeah.
Oh, I see.
Is it sheer?
Well,
it's mesh.
I mean, if you're
Asking
asking
the real
Joey,
questions.
I only DM in my DM gear.
Excuse you?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You'll have to give us a DM reveal at some point. DM gear reveal.
Yeah, it's like a leather collar and a leather strip in the center. That goes down around my waist.
Spicy. Really set the scene for me, DM.
Oh.
Let me paint you a picture.
A leather collar. I think it's the wrong kind of dungeon.
Oh no.
I'm in the right dungeon now.
It's exactly where we belong.
All right, give us that recap.
You're like, please save us.
I'm scared. Oh, hey, I'm going to give a quick shout out to one of our listeners, John, who comments on everything and likes everything and sends us messages. And thank you for the support. We need 1,000 more Johns. So, John, you know who you are. Thank you. We love you.
We love you,
You're
John.
a real one, John.
Thanks, John.
And also, I want to give a shout out to New Zealand because for some reason, Auckland, New Zealand is like a huge portion of our listens. I looked again the other day. It's like
somebody doing some guerrilla marketing down there.
It's like hundreds of listens from Auckland. So if you're down in New Zealand,
that is not a New Zealand accent.
It was a bad Australian accent.
Yeah, it wasn't even a good Australian accent.
New Zealand, we love you. Thank you.
Please still listen to us after that.
Yeah, we don't.
New Zealand.
My
goodness.
gosh.
Okay, you ready for a recap?
I am. Save us.
Real simple. We did some wild shit with a dragon, and Shadow got murdered.
That
Wow.
is the shortest recap I've ever heard since I've been playing at this table.
That's
Mm.
same.
That's pretty accurate.
It's accurate. Yeah.
I want a round by round recap
Oh, I
of
doubt
each
that.
individual thought and breath. I'm
Okay.
just kidding.
Oh
Bone
So-
bone cracking, stretching.
Ooh, I do want the bone cracking and stretching.
We were in the Feywilds, and we returned through some type of plane of existence. And we are at the base of the tower, 60 feet tall. It's in decent shape, but there's some disrepair. And we sneak up to the tower, all of us, kind of strategically to a degree with our elven cloaks on to try to kind of help us keep from being seen. And right as Pollock is breaching into the main opening of the base of the tower, and Shadow and Alirlock are kind of stacked behind him, staggered at distance, the dragon wakes up and instantly does a 56 damage attack to the entire party.
Mhm.
Pollock and Alirlock absorbed the whole brunt of that damage.
Yeah.
Shadow with the stone and a saving throw didn't absorb as much, and so Shadow went into tank DPS mode, while Pollock and Alirlock were kind of spreading out, and for whatever reason, the dragon went along with that. So Shadow starts sinking arrows into him. Alirlock kills
Sinking
himself,
direct
pulls
bit
out
arrows into him.
drag bin arrows, yeah. But then the big chaos happens when the ice wall got put up, and then we've got these eddies of wind current tornadoes that keep trying to grab us, and poor Talek just cannot seem to catch a break on
Oh
any
yeah, it
of
fails every
the,
saving throw imaginable.
yeah, all of the what's
Literally.
called lair actions
Yeah.
just absolutely wear Talek out. He finally gets in and gets a move off and does not fail to capitalize. Talek just absolutely just uses everything at his disposal to just wail, whack on this dragon. Gets, I don't know, 5-6 different
Five
attacks off.
in, yeah.
At this point, the dragon just starts beating the crap out of us in various different ways. There's some thrashing back and forth, at which point Shadow's able to break loose and put some space. The dragon at one point gets up in the air, comes back down. Shadow's able to hit it with the binding arrow to really lock it to the ground, and it puts itself inside of an invisible puff of smoke, mist, fog, whatever. Talek and Alirlock are still stuck behind this ice wall. Talek's able to get down and around after being given some extra movement from Shadow. At which point, Shadow tries to retreat to the trees to kind of do some give and take combat from range with the dragon. And the dragon makes just an epic strategic chess maneuver and takes Shadow down.
And doesn't let up.
Goes for the kill. And Talek can't see Shadow. There's a fog cloud in the way. Alirlock can kind of see over the fog cloud and is able to get off an epic guiding bolt to finish off Hishinog, the white dragon. At which point they still don't know Shadow's actually down. As the fog dissipates and they go over there, they realize that Shadow is down. Shadow fails his final death saving throw with a natural 1 and dies.
Straight up dies.
At which point Alirlock calls upon his deity and uses sapphire, or
Yep, there's a big sapphire.
Uses a big sapphire to call upon his deity to allow him to use the revivify spell without a diamond. It gets kind of crazy because Shadow finds himself in a dark, endless void with a watery type surface, and he finds himself face to face with the Archfey, who offers a doorway to life or a doorway to the afterlife, at which point, through his confusion, Shadow ultimately decides life. Wakes up and greets Alirlock and Talik, and that is where we ended our last session.
Good recap. I like it.
Great recap. That was epic. I mean, that was up there with the druid fight, right? I mean, to
Oh
me.
my gosh, yeah.
Maybe
I
more
was
epic, just the way it all worked out.
I was way more worried in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this fight was absolutely insane. The abilities that everybody had, like this is a really cool level that
Yeah.
where like everybody has like a ton of awesome abilities, but like it's not so overwhelming that we don't know what they are, so like it's been a lot of fun playing at this level. And speaking of, I was doing a little bit of math on the backside, and it turns out dragons give a lot of XP, so you guys all level up.
Let's fucking
Are you
go.
kidding me?
Yeah,
I
I was
was
just doing it
wondering.
shortly before the session, so I was like, there's not even any time for them to text them or anything. I'll just tell them live.
Hell yeah.
All right. Are we gonna do our levels real quick, or is that too much for the spellcasters?
No, let's do it. I think
I
that'll
think
be
that's
good.
all right. We can take a little, we can edit out some of the mulling.
Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was going to be something that Taylor or Joey would need to study on for a while.
I don't think so. Not for mine. I think I know what I'm doing. I think I'm taking another level in Sorcerer.
Yeah, I figure both of you multi-classers are going to take.
So we're going from
Next.
9 to 10.
9 to 10, so you're going, for you multi-classers, you're going to be 5 levels of Martial and 5 levels of Caster, which is like, I mean, you've got both of your big power spikes. So what are you doing, Joe? You think you're going to multi-class? I mean, you've got your 5th level spells with level 9. Multi-class? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to multi-class.
What is everybody taking? First off, like, what class are you going with? And then just, like, real brief, what are the cool things you got?
Hi, my name's Alirlock, and I've got Divine Intervention. Also, I got a 5th level spell slot,
Yeah.
and I also got another cantrip and another spell, which I took for my spell. My cantrip. I took. Oh God, I already forgot. Sacred Flame.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Classy move. I actually didn't realize you didn't have that already.
Yeah, I don't have like a cantrip that is ranged that does just general damage, except for Toll the Dead. But Toll the Dead requires a saving throw. I mean, I guess Sacred Flame does too, but it's a different damage type.
Yeah, nice.
And for my spell, for now, I mean, the clerics know all the cleric spell list. They just prepare different spells each day. So for the time being, I have taken Scrying.
Ooh, fun.
Very fun. Okay. Let's roll your HP.
Oh boy.
It's another cleric level. That's a D8. I'm going to roll one for you. You can roll one for yourself. All right, I got you a 4. Kind of middling. Let's see what you get.
5.
5. All right. Still good. Still pretty good.
I love it.
All right. Taylor, what'd you get?
I took another level in Sorcerer, so I am 5 and 5, Fighter Sorcerer, and I got 3rd level spells. I'm super excited. So I got, of course, the classic Fireball.
Gotta do the Fireball.
And then I unlearned one of my old spells, I think Expeditious Retreat, and swapped it out for Fly. So I got a hell of a lot more powerful on my casting side, and also now I've got 2 3rd level slots. So
yeah, I mean, Fireball is like crazy because your biggest damage spell before was what? Chromatic Orb?
Yeah, now it's 8d6.
It went from 3d8 single target to 8d6 area of effect. Like,
I know. I mean, Fireball is just awesome.
Jump.
So super excited about that. And then yeah, I can roll my my HPs.
All right, it's only a d6 for your sorcerer, but you get the +1 because of the type of sorcerer you are. So
yeah, the draconic. I get. Yeah, that's cool. All right, I'm gonna roll it.
all right, I'm rolling it. Uh-oh, I got a 2.
I got a 3.
Oh man,
Level freaking 10.
Seth, how you looking?
I'm ready.
All right.
Do you want me to tell you all the things that I've done?
Yeah, just the highlights. We don't need
So
the details.
Shadow has replaced Spare the Dying with Booming Blade,
Oh, fun.
That's fun.
and he has added Eldritch Mind, which gives him advantage on Constitution saving throws for concentration spells. And he has added Sword Burst, Hunger of Hadar, and Thunderstep to his spell list.
And that's with your 3rd level spells now for your Warlock,
That's awesome.
which is pretty banging.
Oh, and Hold Person.
Ooh, Hold Person. Yeah, pretty
But wait
big.
until I use Thunderstep.
Oh, I'm excited. Very nice. All right, you ready to roll your HP? Warlock's
Not at
D8,
all.
right?
Unfortunately.
D8's great. What? What are you talking about?
Power gamer.
Got spoiled by my D10.
Mm,
All right, I'm ready.
that's what she said. Oh, well, you're going to be happy. I got
Okay,
you an
good.
ESPN 8 the Ocho over here.
Okay, good.
Oh,
That's what I wanted to
Max.
hear.
Maxi Max. So what's everybody's HP currently?
86.
I'm 88.
I believe Seth will settle out to 87.
That is correct.
That's hilarious how close we all are.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Random rolls and stuff. All right. Nothing like a little level up to start things off. So, you guys just killed a dragon. What are you gonna do next?
I'm gonna look around and see if we can't identify if we're still in danger.
Yeah, so let me kind of paint a bit of a scene here. So, y'all are, busy rushing over, reviving Shadow. Shadow comes back. Y'all take this moment, and as y'all are taking that moment, you can feel a shift in the air, literally, as the area begins to warm up and some of the bone-chilling cold that y'all have been experiencing starts to go away nearly instantly. The clouds actually start to break apart up above you guys, and you see the sun off in the west going to set. And as the clouds break, you see this beam of light streak from way down off towards the coast and hit the large reflecting mirror and actually create like this sphere of solar energy floating above the rising sun tower and just warm the whole area as it shines on you guys almost like a second sun from the top of the tower.
Nice. Well, I guess my ma'am is going to be happy about that. Okay, awesome. So, Shadow is solemnly inspecting Hishinog, the adult white dragon, who, frankly, he's saddened that he had to be a part of its death.
Sure. So as you're looking across her body, you notice some interesting marks on her body that seem to be fairly fresh wounds, untreated sort of things that, kind of scabbed over. Definitely happened in the last, couple of weeks, probably. You're not sure if dragon healing is a lot faster or a lot slower, but if it was a human, definitely be in the last couple of weeks. Make me a survival check to kind of see or a medicine check, either one, to kind of get an idea of what may have caused these marks on her.
12.
12. That's good enough to notice that the marks seem to mostly be across her front, like across the front of her wings specifically, and like on her collar and necks and stuff, and like the front of her knees. It, I mean, it almost looks like she was just flying and crashing through trees. Like she's just kind of beat up, like she was just bashing into stuff.
Like she was not in control of her faculties.
With a 12 you can't surmise much more, but that's kind of the vibe you get.
I think I kind of poke at her with my leg. I'm like, majestic beast, I guess or she was.
Shadow is going to identify a pristine scale and remove it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Warlock's just going to be sitting next to the nearest tree the whole time, just kind of breathing and observing.
Taking it all in.
Let me ask you this. What does Shadow know about dead dragons?
You know that living dragons. Go ahead and make me a nature check, and we'll see what extra you get. But I'll go ahead and start talking while you do that. You know that living dragons generally have an effect on their surrounding areas. They can literally alter the environment that they're in, and that when one dies, those effects tend to fade away over some period of time.
I rolled poor.
Okay, that's probably about all then.
So Shadow's gonna take some large scales and put them into his bag of holding. He's seen fancy people wear armor, and he's like, I wonder if I can put these on my breastplate.
Okay, so you're taking like a whole collection of them.
Yeah.
I want to kind of look over the body and see if there's anything I can harvest. Like I'm thinking back to the relic sloth, like how I harvest the claws and those sort of things.
You can make me like a nature or a survival check to know kind of what you might be able to harvest out of this thing.
Okay. They both suck. Well, survival actually doesn't. Oh, I got a 5. Damn it.
Okay. Your first guess would be, that scales would probably be a durable material as you were trying to thwack this guy. So maybe you could get something out of those. You're not sure if you can actually harness the, glands or anything from the frost breath or anything like that, or how you'd do that if you could.
I think just because I know that I've got that scale that I got from my Vision Quest journey when I defeated the wormling, I think I would try and harvest a scale or two.
Sure, yeah. So you go get like the biggest scale off of kind of her dorsal area and, take that off, and it pales in comparison to the thickness and size of that green scale that
oh shit
you got in your Vision Quest.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially the thickness. That green one's just like multiple layers.
Is it quiet enough around that we feel like we could at least short rest here out in the woods?
Yeah, there's a real eeriness to it, as the warmth of that sun rays coming off of the tower, and kind of the sun starting to set off in the west kind of creates this golden hour. It feels kind of unsettling because you're still in this mountaintop cool climate, but everything's bathed in this warm golden glow.
So Shadow starts going, Elelon, let us through. And he's just kind of stumbling around where he thinks they came out of the Feywilds, trying to get back in.
Fey crossing or whatever.
Right.
I start to get up and kind of observe Hishinog, and I'm just going to fire off a sacred flame. Just kind of this pent up anger, just blast it out. And then I'll say, most dragons are protective of their horde, right? You think there's anything in that tower?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm banged up. And Shadow's just gonna start trudging towards the tower.
You're not able to, find a path through, and you don't get any answer from your calls.
My cousin.
Yeah, from Cuz.
I guess that I'll start stumbling my way back over towards the tower.
Okay.
See if Hishinog was the only life around. Could we short rest real quick before we do that? Like just sitting down in the woods here?
Y'all tell me. What do you guys want to do?
Are you guys good with that?
Okay. Shadow kind of scoops back some snow under a bush and kind of crawls down into a little foxhole under a bush and pulls the snow back over the top of him so he's obscured with his elven cloak.
Yeah, I'll flip my elven cloak up over my head as well.
Okay, so you guys kind of settle down into the woods here, kind of try to get low. Are you guys like close to the dragon, or?
I imagined we had kind of gone into the woods a little ways, like into the bushes, just hidden, like Shadow said.
Yeah, Shadow's about 50 feet from the dragon, but he can also still see out of his little bush. He can kind of still see the perimeter around this half circle area of the tower in case anything was coming or going from this side. He'd still be able to see it crossing the treeless zone.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so yeah, you guys bed down and kind of hunker a little bit, and that warming continues over the next half hour or so as you guys are doing your short rest. You don't get interrupted. Y'all can go ahead and click your short rest buttons.
Woohoo!
And as the weather warms, the snow around here actually begins to melt. It's getting so warm, and kind of starts dripping off the trees a little bit. Even I think you hear like maybe some bird chirps and stuff. Scoping things out, like you said, Shadow, looking across at the tower and stuff. And where Hishinog had been laying before, there was a big, pile of snow. And even from this distance, you see the snow inside the tower starting to subside, and little glints of metallic shine start to appear in the snow pile.
Oh.
Shadow starts trudging toward the tower.
Try to see your horde, Alirlock. Let's go look.
So you guys get up there, and when you get up to the tower, sure enough, there is there's no other word for it, a horde of coins and gems and various weapons and items and whatnot. And so we're just going to run through it real quick.
Let's go.
You guys start to sort through this stuff. And first things first, kind of the boring stuff. But speaking of shopping sprees, you find 10,000 silver, 7,000 gold,
Damn.
500 platinum pieces,
Holy.
and then a ton of gems. You find 9,000 gold pieces worth of gems and jewels, and I've kind of outlined some of the big ones. You find like a freaking massive diamond worth 1,000, a couple more diamonds worth like 300 each, a ruby worth 2,000, then like some sapphires and some topaz with some specific gold values, and then the rest are just various small gems that add up for the remaining gold piece value.
We're rich, boys.
As far as like magic items, there's not a whole lot of those, but there are some good ones that you find. You find a potion of vitality, which I think I've actually had before.
I actually am holding one right now.
Yeah, what does it do again, Taylor?
It removes any exhaustion you're suffering, cures any disease or poison affecting you. For the next
That's what it
24
is.
hours, you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit die you spend.
Yeah, that's the way it heals you. But those other things are the real bonus.
Yeah, it's like a full heal.
Yeah, it is like a full heal. That's hilarious. The other things you find are a figurine of wondrous power, specifically the Silver Raven variant, an Ion Stone, specifically the Fortitude Ion Stone. I don't remember exactly what stone that is. And then you find some new plate armor. Plate armor of fire resistance. It is enchanted plate armor that grants resistance to fire.
Whoa.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Well, I think Tali needs to wear that. In the meantime, while they're looking at all this stuff, Shadow sits down and puts together a speak scroll for Bushi.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
It says, Tower secure, White Dragon Hishinog dead, continuing to look for clues. That's
Okay.
all it says.
So you put that in and pop it off to him?
Yeah.
Well, we're rich, boys.
Yeah, so that's just on the first floor of the tower.
Think about all the fucking ale we're going to get when we get back to the Confluence Guild Hall.
You have an endless decanter.
That's wine. I need ale.
Oh my god.
That is
Hilarlock,
a little different.
Hilarlock changed his wine to ale.
Oh, can you do that? Can you do that? Forget the
that
whole
is-
werewolf thing. The werewolf thing is fine.
That's beyond my capabilities.
Damn you, Shadow. Get my hopes up.
The werewolf thing is fine. Just be a werewolf.
Yeah, we can live with that. We figured it out.
Oh.
I mean,
Let's
I'm
see.
fine when I transform. Y'all are the ones that have to clean up the mess.
No guilt. It's about the potential.
I don't even
murders
know
that
what
occur.
happens.
Okay, are you gonna put on the plate armor of resistance?
Oh, if you guys
I don't
are
think I
okay
can wear
with me
I
heavy
taking
can't
armor.
wear it.
Oh, what's it
I'm
look
unable.
like, Sam?
It's like when you first forge metal and it's like all black and has like the hammer marks and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, and it has like really thick, potent pieces. Like the chest pieces, like each breast is one big pec chest piece, and then it's got like 6 big ab plates like that, and it's got like a big
Ooh.
shoulder pauldron for each shoulder, and each one's this like heavy, robust metal, and it's almost like it just came right off the forge.
I almost am picturing like when the light hits it, you've got a little reddish iridescence.
Yeah, like some of the strapping and stuff that holds it together is like red leather and stuff. Yeah, it's definitely got like a red motif to it.
Well, this looks like it's my size, boys. And I start to strip off my other plate and throw that on.
Yeah, so it's magic armor. So like you put it on, it's a little not right, and you start cinching it down, and it just conforms perfectly to your body as you cinch it down.
Perfect fit.
Hey, what's that fancy little stone do there?
Y'all make me an Arcana check on those two items.
What's that armor gonna put Talik's AC at?
It won't change it because I was wearing
it's
plate.
still plate armor.
Oh.
It's just sexy.
But he has resistance to fire.
12.
12 on your Arcana?
That's correct.
Let me see that damn stone. 7.
Oh my gosh. It's very rare.
It's just a fucking rock. I toss it back.
It bounces on the ground and then kind of hovers for a second and then falls back down to the ground.
I think it's too magical for us. Give it to the magic ears guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once you finish rest with it, you'll know what it does.
Once you sleep with it?
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, once you put it up your bunghole.
Bunghole?
Yes.
Whoa.
Isn't it a rhomboid
Now,
shape?
don't you go start accusing the
Put it right up your bunny hole.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Why does that sound so dirty?
It sounds so right.
I don't think
Shadow just sitting here watching this conversation between Alirlock and Talik about how they're going to sodomize herself with this rhomboid stone while he's admiring and petting the silver raven.
Oh, that's not creepy. Man, we really went off the rails here.
Take that stupid bird thing. What is this shit? Get this out of my face.
Talik just thinks it's just a bird statue.
Yeah.
Shadow's gonna put the silver raven in his prison wallet.
God, we were doing so good tonight.
We just got into a
I'm gonna
bunny hole
sift through.
discussion.
I know, until the last like 5 minutes, and then we bunny holed ourselves with the rhomboid. It's all my fault, really. I'm the one who brought it up.
Oh, we did great.
And perpetuating it.
Oh, I thought it was great. Those items have been divvied. What about the potion of vitality? Talik, don't you have one of these jugs in your prison?
Yeah. Somebody else take this damn thing. I don't know what this shit is. Some kind of liquid bag.
I don't want that.
You don't want the potion of vitality?
No. Someone else take it.
Oh, okay.
Shadow, you take it.
I guess I'll carry y'all's garbage. What does it do anyway?
It's a full heal.
It's a full hit. You give it to your Pokemon, they lose all their status conditions.
Oh. Well, it looks like blood.
It's not a full restore, though. It doesn't restore their hit points.
Maybe I'll pour it on my
Once
silver
it's done.
dagger when I stab Talik in the chest with it in a week or so.
Oh, my.
Lurlock's gonna heal me. I slap him on the back.
Yeah, I got you.
What are we going to do with all this money?
Well, hold on now.
Shadow just starts throwing gems at a Learlock. Don't you need these for your wombo combos? He starts
Yeah.
chucking little diamonds and big diamonds over at a Learlock. What do you do with these rocks that people like for money, Talik?
Oh, I don't know.
Shadow just keeps chucking them over at a Learlock's feet.
Well, now hold on. Let's just take all of the smaller gems and put them in a bag, right? And then I'll take the diamonds, the larger ones, and the ruby, and I'll put those in a separate bag.
Okay, I don't care as long as it's not any of my bags.
All right.
While they're talking, I'm just scooping gold into my bag.
Shadow keeps talking to a Learlock about the rocks, and he starts scooping gold into Talik's bag.
I'm just gonna shove all of the gems because I don't have enough gem space into the bag of holding.
I'm holding all the gold. You guys know I'm good for it. Just let me know what you need.
Now, what does that mean?
Whatever you need, bunny boy. I saw what you did back there. You saved Shadow's life.
I mean, we lost it first, technically.
Well, without you, it would have stayed lost. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're one of us.
Shadow just gets this look of immense concern on his face. Like, you brought back all of me, didn't you? And he sticks his hand down his pants and he's like, oh, okay, that's good. And then he starts walking up the tower.
Brought back by all of you.
I'm following up the stairs behind Shadow. I'm like, so what was it like? What did you see anything? Did you see the tunnel? Did you see anybody? Or was it just blackness?
Who do you think I saw? That crazy wench that's always following me around trying to kill me with tree monsters and stuff was in there talking, whispering sweet nothings in my ear. I'm telling you, I thought she was there to collect me. But nope. She was just there once again to ask questions, give zero answers. And Shadow just kind of storms off up the tower.
All right, so you go storming up the tower. It's a spiral up to kind of the second floor. You get up to the second floor. It's busted out as well. I mean, it's all four sides of this thing have openings looking out. The first thing you see pretty prominently in the room is a large disheveled like workbench table thing. It's littered with strange arcane diagrams and books and papers. It's got figurines of different like animals and like little mini building models and stuff. Two of the building models that are a little bit larger kind of stand out because one of them appears to be the Rising Sun Tower, from what you can tell, and there's another that's like an unfamiliar, like stepped pyramid structure. And the reason that those two stand out is because etched into the wall behind them is an illustration showing the rising sun tower and this stepped pyramid with concentric circles emanating from the top of them. But the emanations around the stepped pyramid seem to have like a lot more rings and extend to a much larger diameter. And the only writing on it is beneath Rising Sun Tower. It says Rising Sun Tower. And beneath the other one, it says Temple of Husen. Husen. And there's another interesting aspect about the art around the Temple of Husen. It appears to be surrounded by a whole bunch of carvings of various animals, kind of all pointed towards the emanations at the top of the tower. And at the top of those emanations is a carving of a monkey-like creature.
Talik, there's the talking monkey.
This looks like our old friend that we saw in the hologram, huh?
Oh no, don't tell me he's gonna be up there, and Shadow starts kind of looking up the staircase and he looks around for a Learlock.
I'm here.
Hey. I just want to tell you, the last time we were at one of these towers, there was there's some stuff, and there was a talking monkey who is a cloud. I'm afraid he might be up there, up those stairs.
Well, surely he would have already said something.
What is this? I'm looking at the pyramid.
Maybe a religion check, Talik.
Religion check, okay. 16, pretty good.
Pretty good, but actually, unfortunately, that is not high enough. You're not sure who or what this Husin is and what, the temple might be.
Yeah, I've never seen anything this shape, this design.
As you're kind of going through the papers, flipping around, looking across this desk, one of the papers kind of falls out and catches your eye because it's a familiar shape and familiar handwriting to a piece of paper that you found in the old moon tower. It appears to be some sort of journal entry that's the same kind of format as one that you found in the bedroom of the old moon's tower. I just threw it in the dizzy. It's up to you. Yeah, you can read it.
Yeah.
17th of Harvest, 1002 AO.
ADE. Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
Today was the best day of my life as I began my studies at the fabled Magic Academy of Herdos. 32nd of Frost, same year. Classes are hard and the practicum's harder. I find I can learn spells, incantations, and motions quickly, execute them perfectly, and yet still have a spell fail. The other students do not seem to have this struggle, but the other students are encouraging and so very helpful. I just need to keep practicing. Once again, I'm going to give the disclaimer that this is written very bizarrely on a strange text, and it's very small, and I have to zoom in, and it's not regular words. I do know how to read.
The font is brutal.
22nd of Frost the following year, so nearly a year later. I think I might have messed up today. I was struggling with the spell, and she came over to help me relax, as she often does. But as what she doesn't know is that her closeness makes my heart race. I blurted out today that it would be better if she gave me space. And it came out all wrong. 41st of Thaw, the following year, 1004. Today is a bittersweet day. I am leaving school for a special assignment. I have been selected as apprentice to the Archmage of Herdos. Yet, I am saddened because she will be remaining here. Not that I remember exactly what the previous message said at this moment. Shadow starts rumbling around to find the other message.
Does that look like the same handwriting as the druid, or the the first journal we found, Shadow?
Seems like the same.
Okay,
yeah, here it is. Here's the note that we found in the moon tower. It says, gone, gone, gone. All of it, all gone. It can't be. That can't be all there is. There has to be more. Something I missed. Something I am missing. Think, Sycamore, think. I could contact my old master. No, I don't need him. I can figure out myself. 25th of Thal, 1015 AD, so well after the letters we just read today. Finally, some peace and quiet. Damn apprentice. Don't they understand that this isn't some simple magic? Don't they understand what at stake? I feel badly about the way it ended, but I work better on my own. Same year, 48th of Harvest. I have found it, the solution I have been looking for. I always knew it had to have a celestial solution, but I was thinking too small. The moon is merely a reflection after all. In order to make it work, I must harness the power of the sun. Interesting. So, the big clues are we have young mage on today's notes, an older mage on the other notes, but he was a student in Herdas. Interesting.
Do you know where Herdas is, Shadow? I've heard of it.
It's across the Recon
Across
Sea.
the ocean?
Yeah.
And we've also got this pyramid here.
Okay. Well.
Okay, I'm going to go up the stairs. To what I assume is the top.
Shadow draws his halberd.
You come up to the top, and as you're coming up the last spiral staircase, it's in the center of the building. It's a lot tighter, and so right above you is the orb catching the beam from the shore, and so it's got this just energy floating above you, this big sphere of solar warmth, and so it's like blindingly bright up here, but it's also just kind of like warming and soothing. It's not like burning. And there's a device up here that looks very similar to what you saw at the Old Moon's Tower.
Oh boy.
It's got a, marble base with this strange little circular base in the middle, and then it's got these like golden structures that come up on either side. And on the center of this item, there's a strange kind of painting that's got a weird shimmering effect to it. Almost makes it look like you could stick your hand into this painting. And on the image is three creatures, three humanoids, standing in a small room. Looks like a laboratory. There's like bottles and equipment and strange magical rods and stuff around the room. And the three people standing in this room, as you get closer and lean in, you realize that it's a half elf, a half orc, and a halfling. And not just any of those creatures. It is Talik, Shadow, and Body Knock.
Shadow, come look at this.
Shadow's standing back behind Tali, just staring at it like, the fuck?
Who's that small feller?
Oh, that's the guy that took all the gold.
That's Body
You
Knock.
like him. He's nice. He just disappears sometimes. Body Knock, you here somewhere? No? Okay.
Can we tell what's in the background? Like, can we tell where it is?
You think about it for a little bit, and you realize it's the laboratory in the Old Moon's Tower, where you first spoke to Zaius on a matching device that looked just like this one.
So this is where Zaius was, is what I'm thinking.
That would check out with what the Queen told us.
Zaius was here when we were at the last one, but why is it still showing us? Is it a static image, or it's like a...
Static would be the right word. As modern people, we would understand it. It almost looks like a CRT that's kind of refreshing. And it's like a screen, but it's just an image of you guys.
By the way, not sponsored at all, but shout out to Tailspire and all the folks over there putting in the hard work. This is awesome stuff we got going on in our map here.
Yeah, it does look pretty freaking sweet.
If you want to Sponsor us, Telspire. We love you.
We love you.
Yep. Shadow starts looking around for any type of puzzle, like we discovered at the Moon Tower.
So there's this series of like mirrors and stuff that seem to be catching the light and creating this energy sphere above you. Go ahead and make me like a investigation check or whatever to check that out.
12.
12. You're pretty sure that these mirrors can be rearranged. It looks like it would take a little bit of finagling, and you're not really sure to what end you would want to do that necessarily. But it appears that they could be rearranged.
Okay. Shadow moves one.
Okay. It tilts. Roll me a d4.
1.
Okay, so it tilts down a little bit when you go to flip one of the. There's like a series of like levers and stuff, and you go to flip one of the levers and it tilts down a little bit, and the energy coming from the coast that's hitting the sphere beams down to that and bounces off to just like the center of the room here, and it starts warming and lighting the whole upper plateau that y'all are standing on.
Huh. Fascinating. Shadow's scared to move any more mirrors. Shadow steps up on the device.
Oh.
Okay. You step up on the device, and when you do, the image of y'all disappears, and the image doesn't disappear entirely. What happens is it becomes an image of the same room, but y'all aren't in it. Make me a perception check.
11. Had terrible rolls.
It's good enough. You see in the back of the room a little mouse scurry under the table in the image.
Okay, well, I definitely think this is where old Monkey Boy was when he talked to us.
Mm-hmm.
And Shadow is going to reach down to his hand. He's going to twist his ring of druid kind.
Okay.
And cast Speak with Animals. And he's going to try to talk to the mouse. He's going to say, "Hey, little mouse. I see you under there."
A pop and an echo when you first speak, and then you can hear just, that general kind of like magic wind aura sound that you get from like a lab, even if it's not actively being used. It just kind of has like a sound coming through, and you see this mouse poke his head back out behind a table and look left and look right. It says, "Who's that?" You can barely hear him, barely audible. Who's that?
"My name's Shadow, and I'm friends to all creatures. Are you there alone?"
"Shadows. I hide in the shadows. The shadows keep me safe. No, I'm never alone. Always with my friends. There are many of us. Yes, we're family creatures. Big families. Lots of friends. Lots of family."
"Is there anyone else there besides your family?"
No. No one else. Well, unless you count metal bulls. Do you count metal bulls?"
At this point, he's kind of like scooted out to the middle of the room, and he's kind of looking all over. He doesn't know like where this voice is coming from.
Shadow says, "Talik, move that mirror I moved back to where it was."
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, as you do, it kind of, goes back to a bright but not as blindingly bright state. That shift in light seems to catch the mouse's attention. He looks up at the displaner, and I just got attacked by a cat. It just leapt onto me with its claws. Ow.
Are you physically okay?
Yeah, I am. It got my pants. Anyways, so it catches its eyes and it looks up at the displaner and it scurries over to it and it kind of like crawls up and like looks upside down into the screen, and so you see it like hanging upside. It's like,
"Oh, hello. Are you the shadow? I don't believe I can hide in you."
"I am the Shadow. You cannot hide in me, but if you were here, you could hide in my pocket."
I don't know. You seem to have a lot of sharp, pointy bits. Could my family live in your pocket? I don't go anywhere without my family.
Is your family here? Can I see them?
You promise you won't hurt them?
I promise.
He kind of makes some noises. If for some reason you can't actually understand his animal speech, and like slowly but surely, like 10 different mice faces kind of poke out behind all the different chests and tables and desks and stuff around the room.
Says, this is just a few of my family.
I will go now. I hope that you are all safe and warm in that tower. Stay away from the bulls.
Oh,
And
of
Shadow
course, yes.
waves and he steps off the device.
And as soon as he steps off, that image cuts and it goes back to the static image of the three of y'all.
Well, the good news, Talik, is that the moon tower seems to be secured. No one but my new friends and your favorite wrestling buddies.
You made friends? Alright.
That's like the most shade anyone's ever thrown, and it sounds so innocent.
Shadow just kind of cocks his head towards a Learlock and kind of smirks and is like, okay. Shadow taps on something metal, kind of bangs his new halberd on something metal and says, all right, mother, we're off. I hope you're happy that your sun mirror is working now. Now you won't all die.
Why don't we go back there? Think we can get us back there?
I tried once before. Elalon, can you hear me? We're going to the base of the tower. Let us in. And Shadow starts meandering down the tower.
As we meander down the tower, I'll say, that new halberd of yours, it can get us back, can't it?
Oh, can it?
It came from there. Should be able to return to there.
So as you guys are heading down the stairs and kind of, taking a peek out, trying to figure out, like, okay, can we figure out where this forest path crossing is? You're looking out, and at this point, the snow has really started to melt, and you see that underneath all this snow in the clearing here, it's super muddy. Not like way muddier than you would expect for just snow melting. You would expect there to be some sort of, normalcy under this, but then you realize it's so torn up because it has been tracked on and walked on by any huge number of creatures. You're not sure what, size or quantity or anything like that there might have been, but I mean, it was probably, if not hundreds, then at least dozens. As you're taking a look at it, why don't y'all make me a survival check?
Is that since we've been in the tower?
Yeah, since you've been in the tower, I mean, it's like melting fast. Between your short rest and then kind of exploring the tower and stuff as the sun's starting to set
18.
here.
11.
7.
Okay, so 18 and 17. So you guys are kind of looking at see if you can figure out any sort of like pattern or reasoning to this tracks, and is what you find is that they seem to be coming in and out of the tower and all around this clearing and stuff, but then there's one very clear path of a huge host of creatures heading out to the east. And you see that they've, knocked down a bunch of brush and trees and stuff. And if you go over there and look at it, at that point you can start to see different tracks and figure out what's going on here. It's not just a mishmash. There's all manner of animal tracks. You've got moose tracks, you've got little rodent tracks, squirrel tracks, raccoon tracks, things like that. You've got large bovine looking tracks and stuff like that, and they all head out east in like a caravan, and they're all just walking away from the tower, and they seem to be the freshest tracks. With y'all's rolls, they're pretty good, but I'll just give you like a rough idea. You're guessing it's probably over a week ago, but it could have been like 2 or 3. You're really not sure.
Queen Islania said that Zaius and a whole host of creatures marched east from the tower.
Well, that doesn't sound well, huh?
You think you could follow these tracks?
Probably lose them in the mountains. I don't know. Maybe we should check on my parents and touch base with Bolvag. She was expecting us on the dawn of this morning.
About this time, you feel a little jingle and a wrinkle and a wibble and a wobble and a in your pocket
Oh, thank
of a
goodness.
speak scroll popping in.
So Shadow whips the speak scroll out real quick, pops it open.
It says, "Now when you say dead, do you mean you killed the White Dragon Ishinog? Or somebody else killing it? Also, thank God the tower's secure. That's good news. Let me know if you turn up any other clues. I'll do any digging you need me to. In the meantime, you guys stay safe. Looking forward to seeing you back here and sharing a pint."
Shadow chuckles a little bit and says, I almost killed it. It killed me. Ears killed the dragon and revived me. He says, we need to know where the Temple of Houston is. And then he signs it Shadow and pops it back in.
Alright.
And then Shadow looks over at Talik and Alirlock and he's like, may have just given Bushi a heart attack with that one.
So yeah, y'all can think about where you want to head next, what you want to do next. We'll see what Bushi gets back to you on the on Husin.
Oh, I'm so grateful
fun.
that session went the way it did. I don't know that I had mental fortitude to do much more than we did tonight.
Like fight Zaius or something.
Yeah, I definitely didn't have that in me.
All right, good night, guys.
Night.
Toodaloodles.
Good night.
Find out what happens to our party next week. Check us out at dndndummies.com. And please leave us a rating and a review on your podcast app. It would mean the world to us.
How did the taping go?
Fucking hate that shit with a deep, burning passion.
It is the worst.
The taping? The what?
Taping off everything for painting.
Oh.
Taping is porn.
Is
I
porn?
wish.
Like
Yeah,
taping for
filming it.
painting?
I could have paid someone to paint this place if I was taping porn.
OnlyFans
Taping
coming right
porn.
after our Patreon.
Taping porn.